Hello everyone, my name is Matt and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to show you part 2 of the festivals lesson. In the last video, I taught 6 different festivals, and in this video, we're going to teach one food that goes with each festival, and we're going to have an expanded dialogue. And yeah, it's going to be a really fun lesson. I really hope that you enjoy this, and I hope that you learn something from it. And yeah, if you want to download this lesson and teach it yourself, you can use the links in the video description below and download it very quickly, or you can go to my Taobao store and you can also find it there. And if you want to purchase part 1 along with part 2, this lesson, you can do that very easily as well. And I'm also thinking about making a different version where I talk about, what people do at these different festivals. If you'd be interested in that lesson, please leave a comment below, and yeah, I can go ahead and make that lesson as well. So yeah, I really hope you enjoy this. If you do, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, leave a comment below, and yeah, let's get right into the PowerPoint. All right, let's have a look at this PowerPoint. Okay, so as always, in the beginning of the lesson, we have the rules and a warm-up, and then for the review part of this lesson, let's click here so you can see it. This is just a review of the festivals, okay, from part 1. Okay, so you can just review very quickly, have the students tell you each festival. Okay, you can make sure they remember the pronunciation of each one. Like I said in the last video, for part 1, you can actually put the slide here for which festival do you like best and call on them if you like, okay? And then go into the new material, okay? So teaching part 1, we're going to start with the basics here. So this is going to be very easy. I have this here because if you are teaching this to grade 1, because this lesson is made for grade 2 or grade 3 or grade 1, okay? So if you're teaching this to grade 1, you want to make sure that they remember this word, okay? Eat. If you're teaching this to grade 2 or grade 3 and you think they know this word, it's too easy, you can delete this slide, okay? I just want to have it in there. Same thing for this word. If you think it's too easy, you can remove it, okay? I'm just trying to cover these bases because these are important words the students should know, and I don't want them to forget, okay? Okay, then we go into each new vocabulary word, okay? So the first one is cookies. You can see that I'm teaching the plural here because they're going to be saying the plural for some of these words. For some of them, we don't say the plural in the sentence structure that we're going to be saying in this lesson, okay? You can show them that it's cookie, and then we add an S. You can show them if you want. I'm trying to keep this PowerPoint clean and simple, okay? And also, I'm not telling them which festival this goes with, okay? Not yet, okay? And then we go to the next one, okay? This one is candy, okay? Again, in the sentence structure that we're saying in this lesson, we're not going to be saying candies. It's not grammatically incorrect to say candies, but most people use this mass noun, okay, when they're saying this in the sentence structure that we're saying in this lesson, okay? They say candy. Now, you might want to add sweets to this. Maybe you want to do that. You can if you want. I'm trying to keep it, again, as simple as I can. If some students say sweets, that's fine. You can write it on the board. That's fine, but I'm teaching candy, okay? And the next one, turkey, okay? And also make sure they write these down in their notebooks. That's why you can see a notebook there. Well, I'm blocking it, but there's a notebook here. It means you should, that they should write down their notebook, okay? Next one, chocolate eggs. Again, I'm teaching the plural here because that's how it's going to be said in the sentence structure we're teaching, okay? And then we have dumplings. Okay, again, we always pretty much add an S when we're gonna say this sentence. Okay, so I want to, from the beginning of class, teach them a pronunciation with this S so they remember. Okay, and then here we have potato pancakes. Again, there's an S. That's the way that it'll be said in the sentence structure. I know I'm just saying that over and over because I know people might ask me why are you adding S sometimes, or why are you teaching the plural for some of these and the singular for others. That's going to be the way that people will say it in the sentence, okay? That's just the way that English is. Okay, and then say them again. Just like in part 1, you can call on students to tell you one of them, okay? They can look in their notebook, tell you the first one, chocolate eggs. And they say it together, cookies, turkey, candy, dumplings, and potato pancakes, okay? Good job. And let's move on to the first game. In this case, it is quick say game. I explained my reasoning of not my reasoning. I explained the way that I teach. Oh, it's a horn outside. Sorry about that. I explained the way that I do the quick say game in part 1 and why I do it and some other options for how to do it in part 1. I'm not going to say that all again. So if you haven't seen part 1, go and check out part 1. You can hear my reasoning. Okay. The quick say game, very simple. I'll say the new word. I'll say one of the new words, excuse me. So in this case, I might say turkey, and the students just need to say 3 because 3 is next to turkey. Okay. I'll say dumplings, and they say 5. Okay. And the first student, the quickest student, right? That's why it's a quick say game. The quickest student to say the new word. Not the new word, not yet. The quickest student to say the number in the first part of this game will get points. Okay, so do it a few times. You say turkey, they say 3. You say dumplings, they say 5. You say potato pancakes, they say 6. Chocolate eggs, they say 1. Okay, candy, they say 4, and so on. Okay, and they're all getting very excited. Okay, then you flip it. Then you say the number. Okay, and they say the new word. So I might say 5, and they say dumplings. Good. First student say dumplings gets a point. Everyone together, dumplings. I say 1. They say chocolate eggs. Okay, the whole class is playing at the same time. Okay, and that's the way the quick say game works. Again, you want to see a more like a longer explanation of why I do things, other ways you can do this, go check out part 1. Okay, so this next game is the slow reveal game. It's a classic. The students love it. Okay, these tiles will slowly disappear, revealing a picture. The first student to realize what that picture is will say it, and they will get points for their team. Okay, so in this case, it's turkey. The first student to say turkey will get points, maybe 2 points or 3 points or whatever. Okay, then we begin the game. Okay, so the whole class can play this at the same time. So everyone should say, which food is this? Any opportunity you have during class to get them to say a question, take advantage of it. Okay, so they should all say this together, which food is this? And then all the tiles will slowly disappear. The first student to say the correct answer, in this case it's cookies, will get 2 points, 3 points, 5 points, whatever, for their team. Okay, and rinse and repeat for each one. Which food is this? Okay, another thing you can do is you can have the teams take turns asking the question based on how well they ask this question. You can give them a certain fixed number of points for saying it perfectly, saying it all together. Okay, maybe 5 points or 2 points or whatever. Okay, and then slowly reveal the picture. Okay, the first student to realize what it is, chocolate eggs, will get points for their team. Okay, very easy game, but very fun game. Okay, the easiest, funnest games are my favorite because they don't take much time to explain. All of the students will understand very quickly the concept, and you can go through things quickly and drill, and it's just, the simpler the better. Some teachers want to go into really intricate games with all these crazy rules, and it takes so long to explain the game itself that the amount of time they actually get to play and to drill, it gets reduced. Okay, they spend 5 minutes explaining the game, and they can only play the game for 3 minutes. Okay, ideally, the game should be something that, even if it's their first time, they can understand it, how to play it. Okay, even in grade 1, or even in kindergarten, for a game like this you can play. They can get it and how to play it in 10 or 15 or 20 seconds. Okay, and then you get to play without all these hiccups, without all this, students confused or yelling at each other or whatever, all the stuff that will happen when some students get it and some students don't. Okay, and rinse and repeat until all of the words are used. Yeah, that's the slow reveal game. It's a classic. I think it's it's effective. Okay, let's go on to the next part of the lesson. Okay, so this next game is a guessing game. Okay, but actually it's more than just a game. We're actually going to be teaching them which foods go with which festivals. Okay, but we're going to be doing it in a guessing game format, so they're going to be more interested. Okay, so here's the question. Which food do people like to eat at Christmas? Okay, you can have them all say the sentence together. You can show them, or not the sentence, the question together. You can show them the question, have a call on a student to say the question, okay? Have them try to read it, have the whole class say it, have the whole class thinking, which food do people like to eat at Christmas? Which foods at Christmas? Okay, and then they're really thinking. They're looking at the pictures and they're like, I think I know, okay, but I'm not sure. Okay, so then you call on one student from each team, okay, and they'll each one of them will have a guess, okay, and write their guess on the board next to their points or whatever, some way that you have it on the board so that you have team one and they have their points. You can write team one's guess above team one. Okay, then you have team two. You can write team two's guess above team two. Okay, and they might all guess the same thing. Okay, the answer is, of course, cookies. Okay, because Christmas cookies. Okay, and whichever student got it correct can get points for their team. Okay, and you can have them write. You can have them write it in their notebook. They can have Christmas cookies, whatever. You can have them write down. Okay, and then go on to the next one. Okay, and you'll notice that cookies disappears. I know that animation was a bit jumpy because I'm recording my screen, so my computer, it's an old computer now, I need a new one, is a little bit slow, but it'll be very smooth in your class, okay? And then rinse and repeat for the next one. Okay, cookies is gone, it's out of there because we've already used it. Okay, so then next one, call on one student from each team. Okay, and have them guess. Of course, this one's going to be very obvious. Okay, if they're in grade 1, maybe not. Some of the students don't know. If you're using this for grade 2 or grade 3, more students will realize that this must be. Okay, what do you think? Okay, have them write down their answer, or you write down their answers. You could also do it that they write their guesses down in their notebook. Okay, they can all guess. That's another way you can do it. Okay, have them all say the question. Okay, when you're playing a guessing game like this, just like I said in the previous video, you can call on like one student from each team, have the whole class ask the question to those students, or you can have each team ask their representative that's playing the game and give them a certain amount of points for asking very nicely together. Okay, that's another way you can drill. Okay, once you have all their guesses down, reveal the answer. Of course, it's candy. Okay, and then candy will disappear on the next slide. Of course, it'll be much smoother, and then rinse and repeat for each one until all of them are revealed. So we got dumplings for Chinese New Year, of course, turkey for Thanksgiving, of course, and then we have potato pancakes for Hanukkah, okay, and then by the last one, there's only one left, okay? You don't have to play the last one as a guessing game, obviously, because there's nothing to guess now. They know what it is, okay? You can still have the whole class say it, okay? Chocolate eggs, okay? And then go on to teaching part 2. Okay, so now we're getting into the second half of this lesson. Let's talk. Okay, so this part of the lesson is combining part 1 with part 2. Okay, so what you can do is call on one student from one of the teams, have them stand up or come to the front, and their whole team can ask them, or the whole class can ask them, or you can have 2 students from one team come up and the other student can ask the first student. Okay, so you can do it as a dialogue between 2 students, or you can do it as a dialogue between one team and a representative from that team, or the whole class and one student. Okay, totally up to you. Okay, so which festival do you like best? They'll say, I like Thanksgiving best. Okay, so click on a festival, Thanksgiving. Okay, they click on it, and it'll take them, I promise, it'll take them much quicker if I wasn't recording my screen, but my computer's running slowly because of that. So which food do people like to eat at Thanksgiving? So this question can be asked by the second student on that team that's doing the dialogue, by that entire team, or by the entire class. It's up to you. Okay, you can mix it up if you like. So they say, well, people like to eat turkey at Thanksgiving. Good job. They remembered the word turkey. That's one of the new words, one of the new vocabulary words for the day, for this lesson. They remembered that. That's perfect. Okay, now it says choose one. So they choose one of these. Okay, they say, I want this one. Okay, they choose that, and they get 4 points. Okay, and I'm going to actually move myself to the other side here because I need to be able to click the home button. Okay, so after they get their points, click the home button. That student sits down, call on another student from another team, okay, and rinse and repeat the same process, okay? Which festival do you like best? They say, I like Christmas best, okay? then everyone says, or whatever, which food do people like to eat at Christmas? And they need to remember the word, cookies. Okay, cookies, that's the word. People like to eat cookies at Christmas. Good job. Which one do you want? They choose this one. All right, 7 points. Okay, good job. That student sits down, click on the home button, and rinse and repeat. Okay, now another team can click on the same one that was just clicked on if they want. Okay, there's still 3 more options here for points. Okay, they can do that, or they can click on a totally new one if they like. Chinese New Year. It's fine, okay? The point of this game is just to drill. You just want to get them to drill the question, drill the answer, practice their fluency, practice their pronunciation, get points, get excited, okay? And then go to the next part of the lesson. This is not the final game, okay? There's one more game here, and this is a memory game. They need to match the festival. I'm gonna move myself again because I'm gonna be blocking an important thing here. My computer is dying. I need a new computer. Okay, so, all right, sorry, my computer is acting up. Every time I record my screen, my computer gets all jittery. Okay, so this is a memory game. They need to match the festival and the food that goes with it, okay? So the students are actually much better at this than me. My memory is really, really bad, but the way it works is you call in one student, okay? They need to choose 2 numbers, okay? So let's say they say 7 and 6, okay? Okay, this is not a match because these are both foods, right? This one's candy, this one's turkey. That's not right, okay? They need to find a festival and the food that goes with it, okay? So that's not right. But the students are now going to try to remember, and some of them are very clever and they'll be writing down their notebook where things are, okay? Some of them just have incredible memories, much better than me, okay? But you can click on this to cover them back up, okay? So that student didn't get a match, sits down. Another team has a representative stand up. They say 2 numbers. And it's important here to make sure that you don't reveal anything until they say 2 numbers, okay? It's more fair this way because let's say they say 3 and then you click 3 and they realize 3 matched with one of the previous ones they just saw, then they'll be able to just quickly be like, oh, 7. And then they'll go together, and then it's not really fair to the team that went first. Okay, so you want to make sure you're more fair. So let them say both numbers first, then you reveal. So let's say they say 11 and 12. Okay, 11, 12. No, that's not right. They're not a match. They're both foods. But look, oh, I think I remember. We just saw that somewhere, right? Okay, and the next team then will know. Okay, I think it was 6. My memory is terrible, but let's say then the next student says 6 and 12. Oh, look at teacher Matt. My memory is improving. Okay, so that is a match. Okay, that is a match. And the whole class or that team's, the rest of that team of the person who's playing will ask, which food do people like to eat at, what festival is this? Thanksgiving. Okay, and then they say people like to eat, what's that food called? Okay, they check their notebook. Turkey at Thanksgiving. Good job. And then that student would get points for their team. Okay, they sit down, call the next student from the next team, and these stay open now. Okay, they stay open because they're done. They've been taken out. Okay, they're revealed. Okay, the next student says 5 and 4. No, but eventually they'll start realizing, okay, where do we see the food that goes with Easter? Chocolate eggs. Where was that? Where did we see dumplings? Because that goes with this one. Where was that? Okay, and eventually they'll all get revealed, and the students love this game. Okay, they love it. Okay, because they just get excited. Okay, because they love these kinds of games. I mean, they're fun. Okay, but again, the point of games like this is to get them to drill the question here and the answer as many times as you can. Get them to say it together. Give them points for saying it. It improves their fluency. The more times they use their mouth and their tongue to speak English, to pronounce everything correctly, the better they'll become at English. Okay, it's all about the repetition here. Okay, and then continue, rinse and repeat until all of them are matched. Okay, once they're all matched, teacher Matt has terrible memory, so I'm not going to remember. But eventually they'll all get matched. Teacher Matt's blocking. Can I click? Okay. Eventually they'll all get revealed, and that's it. And then go to, all right, so this review slide can be dropped into, hopefully my computer will go to it, good. This slide can be dropped into any future lesson when you're reviewing this. Yeah, it's just here. And also if you have any time at the end of class that you have to burn, I don't think you will. I think this is gonna, be plenty for 45 minutes. You might even not finish it. And in that case, you can, you know, adjust the PowerPoint and show parts of it in the next lesson or whatever you need to do in order to finish the class. That's what I have to do sometimes. You know, sometimes things go wrong, things take longer, there's a fight in the class, someone's crying, whatever, stuff happens, okay? You might not finish the class, or maybe you finish quicker than you thought, or maybe your class is longer than 45 minutes, okay? And you have a slide here to keep the kids occupied at the end of class, okay? And you can walk around and ask them, you know, you can do pair work here at the end if you like, and have them ask their desk mate, okay? That's also another way to do it. You could change this from review to pair work. That's totally fine. And then, yeah, that is the whole class. Like I said, my computer is dying here because I'm recording my screen, but yeah, that is the whole lesson. All right, that is the whole lesson. I really hope you enjoyed that. And don't forget, this is part 2, so there's also part 1. If you want to go and check out that video, don't forget, you just go to my my channel and find part 1 for the festivals lesson, and you can watch that as well. And don't forget, if you want to purchase this lesson, you can use the links in the video description below. You can go to my website, Teachers by Teachers. There's direct links as well, directly to End of Sale if you want to purchase it there, or you can go to my Taobao store and also find it there. And you can also purchase part 1 and part 2 together as a combo if you like. Yeah, I really hope you learned something from this video. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. And I'm thinking about making a different version of this where I teach what people do at each different festival. So if you'd be interested in that lesson, yeah, please leave a comment below and let me know. And I will see you in the next one.